Nissan's very first subcompact SUV has made its global debut in India, and this is a big step for the Japanese car maker because it enters a very competitive and growing segment. The Magnite then is likely to be the car that brings in volumes for Nissan, not just in India but in global markets as well.
Now, from the outside we already know how magnetic the Nissan Magnite looks. But let me assure you, this is a case of beauty with brains. This car on the inside packs a lot of smart technology which is packaged in a very user-friendly way. In fact, it offers a bunch of features which are first for its segment. So, without further delay, let's check it out. As you can see, this is quite a spacious cabin and there's a lot going on. The Magnite has not one but two big displays. The first big one is here for the speedometer. It's a 7-inch TFT panel. It's got great colors and a lot is going on. It lights up with a very cool animation which shows the car itself. But when I press this button, then a lot more starts happening. So it'll give you fuel economy, some figures about that. Then it will even tell you how you have been driving the car and it will give you some kind of a history how to drive it a little more efficiently. One more button click will give you the standard trip computer, and then it will also give you information about the tire pressure. Overall, this is a very nice feature. It looks very futuristic, kind of reminds me of some older cars like the Honda Civic back in the day. But this is obviously very, very modern and is super cool. But once you move here, then you have got a even bigger display. It's 8 inches, so it's almost as big as an iPad. For some context, I've got an iPhone 11 Pro out here. It's got a 5.8-inch display. So this is a big display. It's a pretty vibrant screen as well. It's capacitive touch, but I could have preferred a bit more responsiveness out here. But if you look at the user interface, it's very bare bones. It's got no navigation system because it's fully dependent on Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But it does an industry first out here for its segment. It is doing wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. No wires here and everything is working swimmingly. It's really convenient. That is a really cool feature. On top of this, if you look at this user interface, it's very simple. It will give you some features out here, give you more information about your trip report, it will give you some levels of coaching, how you should be driving the car.
The feature list does not end there though.
And on top of this, if you're going to use this phone over Bluetooth and you're going to be making a lot of calls while driving, then you have a microphone out here and a loudspeaker out here so that your calling experience is really good. You know what? You can do con calls, maybe even Zoom calls inside the cabin if you have got good enough network. But there is one more feature that this car provides that no other car in its segment is providing. This is this. The moment I press that camera button out here, you just don't get rear parking sensors and a rear reverse camera. You get full 360-degree spatial awareness. Not just rear parking sensors and a reverse parking camera, but cameras on all sides. And if you see this view, it's kind of stitched together, 360-degree view of the car. So on the left side, you have a view from the camera on the left-hand side under the mirrors, and also similarly you get one on the front, one on the back. And when you are not in reverse mode, it's going to give you a view in front of you. But if you press this button again, then it will give you a more detailed view of the left-hand side of the car, which will come in handy when you are parallel parking. This is really cool, but it's not perfect. The resolution of the camera is very underwhelming, and if you kind of go back into the 360-degree view, then it's kind of a hodgepodge mess. It's going to take some getting used to.
While the tech minds will be happy with what's on offer, does the Magnite cater to the music aficionados?
On top of this, there are 6 speakers in this car and they're pretty bass heavy. The sound is pretty nice. But there's going to be a tech package on the top end variant which is going to provide premium JBL speakers. Now we haven't tested them, but Nissan says that they're going to be premium, so we're going to have to take their word for that. On top of it, the tech version will also add a wireless charger out here, which is going to be very handy. This version obviously does not have the wireless charger. And there's also going to be an air purifier. Now Nissan hasn't spoken about the fact if that air purifier is going to provide some kind of virus protection, but we do know that the Kia Sonet, its GT line, has virus protection, so we will appreciate that as well if they are able to provide it. But overall, it's pretty power packed and really fun inside.
Apart from this, through the Nissan Connect application, users can leverage smart car functionality. It's pretty similar to what's available via other brands. It works via an eSIM that enables geofencing, telematics, and also SOS and servicing functionality. We'll get to test that aspect very soon. It should also be noted that the car can't connect to multiple Bluetooth devices in one go. But regardless, the Magnite is probably the most feature-packed car Nissan has brought to India to date, and we can't wait to get to know it better.